Welcome back to week 12 of our continuous series of ranking every single one of our chicken breeds. Today it's an overcast, cold fall day, so we are inside of the chicken run, but that's okay because the girl we're doing today isn't going very far right now. So let's get into it. Now, before I get into which breed we're doing today, I want to talk a little bit about the ranking criteria. So we do 4 different categories, all out of 5 points for a total of 20 points at the end. The first category is going to be eggs. It's going to be amount of eggs, quality of eggs, size of eggs, however, anything to do with eggs, that's category 1 out of 5. And then category 2 is broodiness. So how often do the girls, the breed, stop laying eggs, want to sit on eggs, hatch them out, and become a mother. So it's broodiness. And then the third is friendliness. How friendly is the chicken to the flock? We have a very diverse flock, 26 different breeds, so all different shapes, sizes, colors, personalities. So how well do they get along in the mixed flock that we have? And then also, how friendly are they to people? Can they be handled? Do they want to run away from us? Do they want to hang out with us? So on and so forth. So that's friendliness. And then the last one is totally subjective, and it's cuteness. So however I decide to rank it, how cute is the chicken? And then, like I said, total them all up out of 20. And then we put them and compare them against all the other breeds that we've done. And then all our future breeds are going to be compared into the list. So at the end, we have 26 different breeds, 27 chickens. So we'll have a list of 26 of where every one of them ranks. So without further ado, let's start the ranking for today. Now, as I said earlier, we're ranking a girl today that isn't going very far right now. And that's because we are doing Miss Trudy, the Bantam Mottled Cochin. Now, Trudy, as you probably can figure out, is very broody right now, and she is affectionately gained the nickname Broody Trudy because that's what she's doing right now. And when we get to the broody category, we'll talk a little bit more about that. However, let's talk about her actual breed. So she's a Bantam Mottled Cochin. She's super tiny, as you can see. Here's my hand. Here's her size of my hand. These are also 2 bantams in here hanging out with her. These are declays, millefleur, and a porcelain declay. But both bantams, you can see everybody's super tiny in here. This is the bantam coop that she's hanging out in here with. The Bantam Cochin, some characteristics about the Cochin is that they are super fluffy. As you can see, she is super poofy. I mean, compared to the body types of these declays right here, she's a lot more round and robust and kind of poofy. I've even heard people say they kind of look like they're wearing like a fancy ball gown that's kind of poofed out. We have a standard Cochin right there that you can see. So that's a full-size Cochin. She's a Bantam Cochin, meaning that she is that smaller size. So they're super poofy, super fluffy. They have a single comb. You can see her little single comb up top there. And then, if she'll let me show you, she has very floofy feet. That right there, all those feathers right there, is her foot. So they have really, really, really heavily feathered feet, which is another cute characteristic. So basically, when she's standing up, I'm not going to mess with her too much, and she's sitting on the eggs, don't mess with her raws, she's just super floofy all the way from the ground, from her feet all the way to her head. Just a super big fluff ball. Their Cochins themselves are known for being broody, like she is right now. And that's both in the standards and the bantams. However, also bantams are notoriously more broody than standards. So when you add the broody from being a bantam and the broody from being a Cochin, you end up with Broody Trudy right here. Now, that's a little bit about Bantam Cochin and her breed. So let's get into the actual ranking with the first category of eggs. Trudy here is a good egg layer when she is laying. She's like middle of the pack. Whoa, Nezzy, Why are you creating an avalanche, girl? She's like middle of the pack. When she's laying, she lays, you know, like 2 to 4 eggs a week, which is pretty standard. They're just normal bantam sized eggs, so tiny eggs, and they're standard, you know, cream off-white in color, standard for a Cochin. Nothing crazy there. And I said when she is laying because, like we've talked about, she's broody right now, but then of course not laying. So I'm gonna knock her down, like so average would be a 3, but I'm gonna knock her a little bit down, just because of the broodiness factor of not laying that often. So I'd give her about a 2.8 out of 5. There's nothing special, like I said, standard bantam size, standard tan color, but she's pretty good layer when she is laying. So 2.8 out of 5 for eggs. Now here is the big category for her, broodiness. Like I mentioned, she gets the nickname Broody Trudy because she is perpetually a broody girl. Now, we've had some other girls in our flock be broody, but no one is as determined and as committed as Trudy. She is about 2 years old and has been full-on broody, I would probably say 4 or 5 times at this point. And when she's broody, she's very committed. She's hard to break. We've tried a couple different things. We've tried car rides, we tried baths, we tried little broody jails, and eventually the only thing that really works the best for her is just time. So let her hang out and sit on the eggs, and we make sure that at least once or twice a day she gets out of here, comes downstairs for some food and some water. And also I like to throw some treats in here, some scratch and stuff in here for her to eat while she's in here. And she gets up every once in a while because the big girls like to come in here and lay eggs because they know she's sitting on them. So they'll lay eggs and she pops up for those, comes out here, hangs out on the jungle gym, and then comes back. But she is super sweet and super committed. As you can see, she's laying on a bunch of eggs right now, and she's always adamant. And look, you see her puff up and cluck right there about sitting on the eggs. And we'll see if we can, over the course of talking, see her roll these back. But I've watched her. I'll put some eggs that I find on the ground. Yep, there she goes, rolling them back under her, keeping them warm. Some eggs that I found on the ground, I'll just put them in the coop if I'm not collecting them yet, and then I'll come back later and she's rolled them underneath her, even if I put them all the way in the opposite corner. So she's very committed to being broody, very committed to being mother. Unfortunately, we don't have a rooster, so none of these eggs are going to hatch, and we end up collecting them every day from her. But she just gets new eggs to sit on as these girls lay more, and she loves it. So, I mean, let her do what she wants to do. She is super committed, really loves it, and like I said, been the most broody out of anyone, and nothing that we've tried really breaks her. So eventually we just have to let her just understand that she's not going to hatch any out, and then she'll be good to go. So with all that said, I'm going to give her a 5 out of 5 for broodiness. She is the broodiest of the broodiest. Broody Trudy. Don't peck eggs. What's wrong with you? Nez, stop messing with her. And now Friendliness. As you can see, she is super docile. I'm sitting here messing with her, playing with her, and she's just letting other girls pick on her because she's too sweet to fight back. Some other girls, when they're broody, they get aggressive and want to fight for the eggs and fight off anyone who comes near the eggs. But she's the opposite. She's super sweet. She'll let you pet her. She just makes little clucking sounds. She's super friendly. Like I said, you just saw all the other girls picking on her because she's just sitting there, and she's so broody and committed to being broody. But super sweet even when she's not broody. She wants to be near you, hanging out with you. She's super tiny, so it's nice. You can just pick her up completely with your hand, move her around, hold her. Super friendly with us as humans, and then, like I said, super friendly with the flock. She's just nonchalant, doesn't really care, just hangs out, and honestly, her sole desire in life is to just be broody and try to hatch out eggs. So she's super chill and super forgiving to everyone picking on her, like Inez is right now. So with all that said, Would also give her a 5 out of 5 for friendliness, because doesn't get more friendly to anyone in the flock or to people. Couldn't ask for more. She's just a very sweet girl. Now, for cuteness, she is, like I said, the size of my hand, which is adorable. She's super duper cute. You can see that little face. She has that real fluffy, poofy body, fluffy little feet under here. She's just a giant little heater for eggs, which is perfect. She's got so much fluff to stick eggs under, hide them under, keep them warm. Super adorable. Like, if she was not broody, I'd lift her up and show you, and her standing up. If I lift her up now, she's gonna go flat again like she is right now, but if she was standing up, you would see that she's basically a ball, like super round from the feet to the head to the tail. Everything is just super duper poofy and round. Kathleen. Gosh, everybody's being rude to you, Trudy. But super duper round and adorable. And super duper cute, super tiny, super sweet, loving personality. So all in all, like I said, when it comes to friendliness and broodiness and cuteness, like there really isn't anything you can ask for more for Trudy. She is a great little chicken, super sweet. We always talk about how friendly and how nice and just ridiculously sweet and cute she is. I mean, like I said, we've seen so many people come in here and pick, so many chickens come in here and pick on her, and she's still just sitting guard, just minding her own business, trying to hatch out eggs that'll never hatch. So for cuteness, I'm gonna give her a solid 5 out of 5 as well, because you really can't ask for more. She's adorable. Look at her. She's making a little nest with a straw. It's so cute. So all in all, that gives her a ranking of this out of 20, which, drum roll, makes her the new #1 chicken breed that we have ranked in our flock. So Quinn was up there for quite a while, but she finally gets knocked off here by Trudy and this rankings. So that's super exciting. We have a brand new #1, which you probably already know by the thumbnail of this video, but anyways, it's exciting. So this is week number 12. We have 14 more after this. We got a lot more different chickens all around here to rank. So stick around. Maybe you have a favorite breed, or maybe you're interested in a certain breed. Stick around and we'll share our experience and our ranking of that breed. So come back, watch us. And until next time, from Broody Trudy herself, stay perfect.